Listen up, man, because I'm about to keep it as straight up as a motherfucking stop sign with y'all. You read the title, right? Self-improvement is for those who are spiritually lost. Yes, sir. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Listen up, my guy. The whole concept, the whole trend, and the whole fad that you see in today's day and age within the modern day world that we call self-improvement, self-help, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is for those who are spiritually lost. And you might be wondering, okay, man, what the hell does that even mean, bro? I thought self-improvement was for those who want to improve their lives. Now you're telling me it's for those who are spiritually lost? Make that make sense. Well, relax. Relax. Relax, my guy. I'm gonna need you to just take a deep breath. Come on, do it with me. Get yourself grounded, because it's time for your boy to break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. So first things first, what you must come to understand along this journey that we call life is that what you think the self is nothing but a facade. Yes, sir, let that marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let that sink into your psyche, my guy. What you have been told and sold is yourself is nothing but an illusion, is nothing but a mirage, is nothing but a motherfucking lie. When you think about self-improvement, what are you really trying to improve? Ask yourself that. Genuinely ask yourself that question. Pause this video if you need to. What are you actually trying to improve? Don't just say myself. What is yourself? What does that mean? What do you identify that as? And if you really, really are brutally honest with yourself, you're identifying yourself as the brain and the body. That is what you identify this concept of the self as. This is why when you look at self-improvement, all these habits, all these routines, all these practices that you do, like working out, cold showers, no fap, reading books, meditating, is all about improving this false sense of self, the brain and body. And again, I'm not saying the brain and body are false. I'm not saying they are bad. I'm not saying they're not you, but they're not all that you are. You see, the modern day world that we live in right now, that is manufactured by the Matrix, manufactured by the Maya, manufactured by the illusion, sells you a lie that all you are is just the brain and body. And all that you were brought here to do, if you believe that all you are is just the brain and body, is to simply serve the brain and body within the pursuits of survival, sex, and status. Go take a good, hard look at your favorite, quote-unquote, self-improvement, content creator. What are they really trying to help you do? Yes, they want to help you get an aesthetic physique. Yes, they want to help you build a business. Yes, they want to help you look better, looks max. Yes, they want you to be more confident. But what is the end of this mean? Is to achieve better survival, hopefully enjoy better pleasures in life, including sex, and also attain status. I'm a top G, I'm an alpha male, I'm this, I'm that. Status. This is what all of their practices inevitably lead towards. Yes, the practice of going to the gym gets you an aesthetic physique, this and that, but the intent behind it is to look good so you can inevitably attract more women so you can get more sex, or it is to build this business so you can have a bunch of money and achieve status by buying this Bugatti, this and that, so people look at you. The intent is all to serve the brain and body, because everybody who is on this self-improvement wave is a fucking slave to their brain and body. They only believe that they are the brain and body. And when you believe that, when you think that, you become a slave to the brain and body. You become subjugated as somebody who serves just the brain and body. Your brain and body inevitably become a prison for your soul. You forget the spiritual nature of reality. And you might be saying, well, some of these self-improvement guys are religious. They tell me about Christianity, they tell me about Islam, they tell me about Judaism, all that stuff. That don't get you to the spirit. That don't get you to the soul. All those people too are spiritually lost. They need somebody else to tell them what the spirit is. They're not actually directly having a first-hand experience with the mystical, with the supernatural, with the other layer of reality that we are living in right here, right now, this spiritual realm of reality. Most people never access that. Religious people and self-improvement people, they go hand in hand. You're living on the surface level of only serving your brain and body. For those who are spiritually lost, this sounds good because you don't know that there's another layer to your being. You're accessing 2/3 of this triangle, of this triune, of the self, which is the brain, the body, or the mind, the body, and the soul. You're only operating on 2/3. You're missing another 33%. And if you guys know about the occult symbolism of 33, you know what I'm talking about. A very sacred number, a very spiritual number. You're missing out on the spiritual because you're lost spiritually. Because in order for you to truly know the self, know your true self, you don't improve this false sense of self. You must burn this false sense of self. Let me say that again. Are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? In order for you to truly know thyself, this does not require you to improve this fake sense of self. Your ego, your identity that other people have injected into your intellect. You didn't choose your name. You didn't choose your body. You didn't choose your ethnicity. You didn't choose the family that you're born in. Yet you believe that is all you. You believe that the flesh and bones is all you. You believe that this identity, this ego, this persona is all that you are. In order for you to truly know who you are beyond all these temporary things, you must burn the attachment to these temporary things. This is the spiritual path. You see, the spiritual path is not all sunshines and rainbows and vibrations and fucking woo-woo wah-wah shit that you've probably seen online. If you're a self-improvement guy, you're probably like, hey man, that sounds fucking gay, that sounds fucking weird. And trust me, I've been in your spot. That shit is weird. But that's not real spirituality. Real spirituality is a savage path. It's for the real warriors. It's for the real motherfuckers that let their nuts hang on the floor. Because what you are doing is something most people are not willing to do, which is go against everything that they've been taught from birth. Go against all the identifications that they've been so attached to since birth. You are transcending beyond the brain and body. Your brain and body is your comfort zone. To transcend beyond that, you're going into the unknown. That's a bar, write it down. The brain and body is your comfort zone. In order to transcend, you're going into the unknown. Come on now, man. Write that shit down. Somebody clip it, put it on your motherfucking fridge. Transcendence, which is the first stage of the spiritual path. What you are aiming towards is to inevitably break the bonds, break the illusions, pierce past the illusions that the world has programmed into your psyche, into your mind to make you believe that all you are is just a brain and body. Self-improvement doesn't do that. So what are you still trying to improve? It is improving this fake sense of self that's not even yours. I'm not saying your brain and body isn't yours. What I'm saying is that your identification with it is not something that you consciously did. It is the time that we are living in right now where you are so rooted, consciously speaking, into your lower states. That's why all of these self-improvement guys focus on the 3 lower chakras. They're operating in the 3 lower chakras. They're operating in the 3 lower planes of consciousness, which is all focused on what? Survival, sex, and status. Take a good look at the biggest self-improvement guys out there. What do they focus on? More money, more cars, more clothes, more hoes, biceps, bitches, and Bugattis. That's all they care about. Yes, they're giving you morals and this and that, cool. But what are these morals gonna do? What are they trying to pursue? That's another bar, write it down. The purpose behind all of this is to stimulate the senses, is to serve the senses. Because they're stuck as slaves to it. They have not realized the true self. They have not gone beyond the brain and body. And that's why they are lost. They are lost in the world that is keeping them stuck in those states and also putting out all these different toys to go chase. All of these self-improvement guys will talk about escaping the matrix. Yet they don't realize that these dumbasses are literally the biggest players of the matrix. They are the people the most stuck in the matrix. Even though they might have $1 million, guess what they're doing with that $1 million? Feeding into the matrix, feeding into more bondage, feeding into more slavery, feeding into more misidentification of who they are. The more money that they get, the more cars that they get, the more clothes, the more hoes, the more that they feed into this idea that I'm a top G, that I'm this, that I'm that. Guess what? All of this stuff is temporary illusions. You're chasing things that will never fulfill you. That's why you're lost. You're lost in the motherfucking sauce. So many young men are now being fucking brainwashed by these dumbasses and remaining lost in life. I don't care how much money you fucking make. I don't care how much muscles you got. I don't care about any of that, bro. I'm not saying it's bad. But I don't care about none of that. I care about young men. I care about myself. I care about the people that are watching this video to fulfill their destiny, to fulfill their dharma, to fulfill their duty, and to realize their true nature beyond the brain and body. Because the brain and body were designed as tools to actually express your spiritual duty. But you don't know what your dharma is, which means your duty, your destiny. You think that your purpose is what these self-improvement guys tell you. You got to be a provider. You got to be a masculine man. You got to be this. You got to be that. It's all fucking cartoonish. Nobody's using their own brain. They read it from a book and then they're telling you this. Guess who's making all these books that they get it from? The Matrix. Because they know self-improvement, brainwashed slaves are the biggest consumers. Yes, they might not watch porn. They might not, eat junk food, this and that. But they are repressing all of this dopamine that they're chasing after to inevitably go splurge out on a big chunk of dopamine. Oh man, I'm not gonna jerk my cock. I'm not gonna fucking do this, this and that so I can boss up, build my business, so I can inevitably buy a Bugatti. Good. Instead of all that money that you paid into porn, this and that, junk food, you just bought a fucking Bugatti. Not because you like the Bugatti, but because you know it's gonna make you get status, so you inevitably can get girls, so you inevitably can get, pleasure, or you can get, recognition from all these guys because you're insecure about yourself. Most of these people, the self-improvement guys, are the biggest and most insecure motherfuckers out there because they are not rooted. They are not realized with their self. And they are teaching people how to remain insecure but covered up with all this flash. If you truly want to be secure, you must let go of all, I'm talking about all safety nets. This is what the spiritual path is all about. Burning off all the bondage, burning off all the illusion, getting outside of your motherfucking comfort zone, consciously speaking. All the pursuits that you have are most likely not even yours. All your goals, all your dreams, all your desires are not even yours. You have been brainwashed by society, school, your parents, teachers, and all these self-improvement douchebags telling you that you need to do this, that you need to do that in order to become a real man. A real man, a true masculine man, doesn't give a fuck about these societal norms of what it means to be a man. A true testament, a true embodiment of masculine men are the sages, are the sadhus, are the yogis, are the monks, are the mystics who renounce all of this bullcrap society and self-improvement tell him that he must do in order to become a man, and he finds true bliss within himself because he finds connection to the real self. He realizes the self, his nature beyond the brain and body. He realizes that the brain and body are temporary things. It's trying to stimulate them, satisfy them, and serve them makes no sense. You inevitably are not going to hold on to this stuff. And all the pursuits that you chase after to satisfy these things are illusions, are temporary. Because let's be honest, no amount of money, cars, clothes, and hoes will bring you fulfillment. No amount of survival, sex, and status will bring you true fulfillment. Go look at these guys. That's why they need more money, more business, bigger Bugattis, bigger yachts, more testosterone for their muscles to get bigger. They're never satisfied because the flesh, the brain, the body are not meant to be the things that you serve. They're meant to be tools to help you uplift and express the nature of your spirit, the nature of your destiny, the nature of your dharma. If you are dharmically designed to be a yogi, a sage, you don't need to do any of these things, yet you'll be more fulfilled than the guy who's a trillionaire, billionaire, self-improvement guru. Because you found your destiny, you found your dharma, you found what the self wants, what the spirit will be nourished by. Self-improvement does not bring you to that point. This is why it is so prevalent in today's day and age. Why? Because majority of people are spiritually disconnected, are spiritually lost. Self-improvement, what it will do is make your experience in the matrix look a little bit better. But you're still in the motherfucking matrix. They don't realize it though. They think that they've escaped the matrix. The real matrix is a matrix that is designed to disconnect you from the spirit, from the soul, from your source. The real barriers is not getting a good body, having a good business, being productive. The real barrier that you must overcome is the illusions that keep you stuck in a state of spiritual amnesia. What is spiritual amnesia? Spiritual amnesia is what everybody is suffering under right now. It is the root of all your suffering. It is a disease, if you want to call it, where people have forgotten their spiritual nature. They misidentify themselves with this brain and body. And when you misidentify with it, you don't know who you truly are and what you were truly brought here for. Let me say that again. When you misidentify yourself with just the brain and body, like all these self-improvement guys will tell you, not directly, but everything that they tell you to do is just making that connection and that misidentification to the brain and body stronger and stronger and stronger. They make you obsessed with the gym. They make you obsessed with business. They make you obsessed with, getting status, survival, sex, which makes the karmic bonds that keeps your consciousness stuck in those states and keeping you, in this cycle of spiritual amnesia. All these things that they do keeps you disconnected. And when you misidentify with that, and these karmic bonds get stronger and stronger and stronger, you will never know who you truly are and what you were really brought here to do. That what you were brought here to do is called your dharma. It's called your destiny. is called your motherfucking duty. Are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? That's the thing you were designed by the divine to do. It is your duty. It is your purpose. Your purpose isn't what somebody else tells you. You know, they all tell you in self-improvement to go find your purpose, follow your purpose. But they don't know they're also programming you to prioritize and think that your purpose is all just about, again, survival, sex, and status. It might not look like that. They package it differently. They'll say, go to the gym. You got to be strong. Strong times create weak men, and then this, that, and that. You know? All that shit. That's your purpose? Is that your purpose? No. You were brought here for a unique, individualized, and different destiny that nobody else but you can accomplish. This is a destiny that you have been holding on to from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, from incarnation to incarnation to incarnation. Every incarnation you fail to recognize what that is and you fail to fulfill that, you just lead on over to the next. You are stuck in the cycle of samsara, aka the wheel of reincarnation, because you have not realized the self. You don't know who you truly are. And more importantly, you don't know what you were brought here to do. So you run around aimlessly looking for things to make you feel like there's a meaning to life. Oh man, the meaning to life is money. Oh man, the meaning to life is muscles. Oh man, the meaning to life is cars, clothes, hoes, status. None of that shit really means anything. All this stuff is cool byproducts. I'm not saying don't be jacked. You should get jacked. I'm not saying don't get rich. You should get rich. But if you prioritize that above your true nature, above your true duty, above your true dharma, you're going to be living life as a fucking slave, dependent on the external world to bring you happiness. Again, look at the sadhu sage who's fucking naked, sitting in a cave, meditating all day because that's his dharma. He realized that. He hasn't left from that point. And go look at the self-improvement, dipshit, douchebag who's got all the material things and is still chasing. He's still hungry for more. Because guess what? The more that you stay in this cycle, the hamster wheel of hedonism, the more you stay stuck in it. Because this is a bottomless pit, bro. A bottomless pit. You will never be fulfilled by chasing this. Your brain and body were meant to support the pursuit of your spirit. They were not meant to be the things that you pursue. Let me say that again. Your brain and body were built to help you pursue the purpose of the spirit. Your brain and body were never meant to be prioritized. You eat food, you get strong, you get rich, you have a clear consciousness for your soul to be able to actualize its destiny into the material world. Because that's the thing that will fulfill you. That's what your soul was brought here to do. If it does not do that, it does not feel like it is ready to release its desires. So you get trapped into another cycle, another incarnation. The more that you skip from incarnation to incarnation, the more that you get stuck in stuck in the sea of samsara. You get stuck in illusion. You stay stuck as a spiritually lost being, looking for your way back home, looking for your true sense of fulfillment and things that will never bring it to you. You're lied to by these guys, and they don't mean it. They're just stupid. They're just fucking stupid because they're slaves. Let this stuff really marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let it sink into your psyche. This is something that I wish I knew sooner. That improving this false sense of self, doesn't matter how good you get at self-improvement, it will never bring you fulfillment. Self-improvement is a good way to just get out of a rut. But once you're out of a rut, once you're back to like some level of stability, you're not super degenerate. It literally does not help you anymore. It actually makes it worse. The spiritual path is for those who truly want to seek and understand, better yet, understand who they are and what it is that we're brought here to do. This is the journey of self-mastery. Not self-improvement, self-mastery. What are you trying to do with self-improvement? You're trying to improve your false sense of self. What are you trying to do with self-mastery? You're trying to tame all those compulsions of your false sense of self to the point all that false sense of self is crushed. All the ties, all the attachments that uphold this false sense of self that makes you believe that all you are just a brain and body, and all you were brought here to do is just satisfy the senses, and all life is about is survival, sex, and status. You're taking all those karmic ties that keep you in that state and you're crushing it with your bare fucking hands. It's for savages, I fucking told you. It ain't for the sunshines and rainbow motherfuckers. That's new age spirituality. I'm talking about self-mastery. You're crushing it with your bare hands. All those compulsions. So now you take back control over the brain and body. You're not a slave to it anymore. Because now when you're no longer a slave to it, you're no longer controlled by it. You're no longer chasing after things just to satisfy it. And once you shut off all those desires of the brain, of the body, you get reconnected back to the desire, or better yet, the destiny of your soul. All this external noise is drowning out the sounds of the soul, telling you, giving you signals of what your duty is. You don't have to go look for your purpose. You don't have to go look for your destiny. It's speaking to you right here, right now. But the noise of your senses is too loud and it is overbearing. It is too powerful for you to be able to listen to the sound of your spirit. You must silence the senses through self-mastery. This is why self-mastery is all about renunciation. The path of self-mastery is called the right-hand path. And what you're trying to do with the right-hand path, pay attention to the R, is to renunciate. Right hand, renunciation. Double R, we're in a Rolls motherfucking Royce in this path of self-mastery. You're trying to overcome all these compulsions. You're trying to master the senses. You're not trying to give into all these different types of things that are pulling your consciousness deeper into slavery. Self-improvement gets you deeper into slavery. Because you're working out to inevitably look good, to impress people, so you get status, so you get survival, so you get sex. And those are the things that are keeping your consciousness stuck, rooted in those states where you are disconnected from the spirit. You must overcome them. Survival, sex, and status is not bad, it's not evil. But when it becomes your priorities in life, which self-improvement inevitably injects into your mind, you remain a slave to the senses, because survival, sex, and status are to satisfy the senses. So now you are living your life simply just to satisfy them and never realize what the spirit is here for. Because you never realize what the spirit really means. When I tell you got a soul, you got a spirit, some of you guys may be like, yeah. I've heard that at church, I've heard that here. Do you actually understand what that means? Not just understand. Do you understand? Most of you guys, nope. And that's not a bad thing, but self-mastery, unless you want to take, drugs, do psychedelics, is the only way to get to that point in a sustainable manner. You can take psychedelics and get right to the spirit, but you're going to lose the connection right there because your consciousness is not actually there. The psychedelic took your consciousness, altered it, and brought it up to the higher faculties, aka the higher chakras, the higher states of consciousness. If you want to do that naturally, without no drug, you get high off your own supply, guess what? It's going to require sacrifice. And that is the path of self-mastery. That is the journey of renunciation. That is, what would they call in the yogic traditions, dakshinachara. If you want to know the self, you have to burn off all the bondage to this false sense of self. It's not an easy path. That's what I'm saying, it's for the savages. It's for the fucking savages. There are certain practices that you do. There are certain habits that you imply. There are certain disciplines that you specifically do. Not to improve yourself, but to overcome the self. This false sense of self, which is the brain and body. Then as you reach the summit of self-mastery. Treat it like a mountain you are climbing. At the pinnacle, what awaits you is the road to self-realization, where you realize who you are beyond this, because this is just a meat suit that you're using for the time being. It is your car, it is your vehicle to inevitably express the dharmic destination of the soul. This thing don't remain. If you don't fulfill your dharma, guess what? The dharma stays the same. The soul remains, but it gets another body. And it gets another body dependent on your karmas. And this body that you might get next time might be worse off. You might not be able to connect to these types of topics. So if you're sick and tired of being in the fucking self-improvement cycle, the self-improvement trap, I'm telling you right now, what is the path to overcome all of this? To truly figure out what it is that you were brought here to do. What's going to bring you the most fulfillment in life? You're not going to find that by improving the self. You're going to find that by mastering the self. And inevitably, as you do that, you will realize your true self. This is the journey of the savage. This is the journey of the mystic. This is the journey of the monk. This is the journey of the motherfucking sage. You dig what I'm saying? This is what we talk about over here on this channel. The second channel, aka the Philosopher Files, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these gains. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? This is what we talk about over on the main channel, aka the Philosopher. If you don't know about the main channel yet, man, you are missing out. And funny enough, as I speak about the main channel, they don't want you to know about this. The cops are pulling up, so let's take a quick pause. Look, man, if you know, you know. Whenever I'm speaking that truth, whenever I'm spitting that game, the feds pull up. The feds is on my ass. Pause. But back to what I was saying. The stuff that we talk about over here on this channel, which is the second channel, aka the Philosopher Files. The stuff that we talk about over on the main channel, aka the Philosopher. Matter of fact, if you haven't checked out the main channel yet, you're missing out, my boy. Because look, over here on the second channel, yes, sir, I said it again. This is my second channel. Some of y'all don't even know that. The Philosopher Files is the second channel. The main channel is the Philosopher. But over here, we do all of our content raw, uncut, unscripted, just straight up speaking off the dome, podcast vibes out here in the field, in the flesh. If you enjoy that, then that's what all the content that we cook up over here. But if you want to see another side of the coin, well, we are still talking about these same types of topics. We are still discussing all of the aspects when it comes to the esoteric science of self-mastery. Just in a different format. That's what the main channel is all about. This is where you'll get a cinematic experience. Over here, it looks like we're talking on a FaceTime, on a call, one-on-one. But over on the main channel, man, it's like you watching a goddamn movie with all the nice, clean-cut edits, the music, the quotes. Of course, over there, we got our podcast where we bring on guests. We got our spiritual summaries, all that good stuff, man. Still uncovering the esoteric science of self-mastery, but from a different side of the coin, a different angle. You dig what I'm saying? So if you have not tuned into the main channel yet, you can check it out by clicking the link posted in the description box down below. Click that link. You'll see the main channel right there, The Philosopher. Subscribe, get up on some motherfucking games so you ain't out here looking like a lame, and just experience another side of the coin, because you don't know, man. Maybe you like that channel more. Maybe you like this channel more. Matter of fact, maybe you just like both and you just get best of the both worlds. But again, the main channel, The Philosopher, can be found in the description box down below. Click that link. You'll find it right there. But also underneath that link in the description box to the main channel is a link to my Instagram. If you ever want to talk about these different types of topics, chop it up about these different types of concepts, my DMs are always open. Do not be shy. Shoot your boy a message. Slide in the DMs. Pause. And let's talk about it, man. And of course, follow over there. Stay connected. Get up on all the other content that we're cooking up over on the Instagram. But you can find all that good stuff in the description box down below. But like I was saying, all this stuff that we talk about over here on the second channel, over on the main channel, The Philosopher. Again, subscribe, motherfucker. Get up on some game. Description box down below. And the Instagram. As well as all this stuff that we talk about over on the private Patreon community. Matter of fact, let's take a quick pause right there because I got to give a quick shout out to the motherfucking private Patreon community. Look, man, most people have already clicked off this video. Most self-improvement retards, sorry to say, have clicked off this video. Hey, man, you are going against my religion. Most people's new religion nowadays is self-improvement. So when I'm actually speaking the truth and I'm poking the holes within the message of self-improvement, they get triggered. But you still here. You still here. And that's because you are a real aspirant. You're not a self-improvement cult member. You're an aspirant of the spiritual path. You're somebody who is devoted to understanding who they are. Come on, man, really? Probably a self-improvement guy who needs all the fucking, attention with his car, with his motorcycle, whatever, man. But you are somebody serious about seeing who you truly are beyond the brain and body and what it is that you were really brought here to do aside from just stimulating the senses. You're sick and tired of just remaining a slave to the system, remaining a slave to this cycle of unfulfillment. You know it and I know it. You're a real savage. You're a real devotee to this path of self-mastery. So if that's the case, if I'm talking to you right now, if you're one of those motherfuckers, I need you to pause whatever you're doing right now. Whatever you're doing. And find the closest mirror to you. I don't care if it's in your bathroom. I don't care if it's in the car window of somebody else's car. Stare into that. Make them uncomfortable. I don't care if it's in the selfie camera of your motherfucking phone. Take a good, hard look in whatever mirror that's around you. Come on now, man, I'll wait. I can wait all day. Really analyze the man that's staring right into your eyes, that's staring right into your soul when you look into that mirror. Let that really marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let it sink into your psyche. Because I need you, yes, you, to realize that that man that's staring right into your eyes, that's staring right into your soul, when you look into that mirror, you're doing him, not me, a huge disfavor by not joining up into the private Patreon community yet. If again, you're one of those individuals who is truly serious about embarking on this path towards uncovering their true nature, uncovering their true purpose, uncovering their dharma, their destiny. Because look, man, if you enjoy what we talk about over here on this channel, over on the main channel, your mind is going to be blown with the type of information that we cooking up over on the private Patreon community. I'm talking about exclusive videos that you ain't gonna find on this channel, on the main channel, matter of fact, anywhere else on the internet, because we are truly uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery to a level that you've never seen, my boy. You've never seen this shit. And not only do you get access to a treasure trove of all these exclusive videos by joining up as a member of the private Patreon community, but also access to all of our full guides, our in-depth occult lectures, our digital libraries, and most importantly, an invitation to the Philosopher's Circle. Yes, sir, you heard me right. Not the Philosopher's Circle. I'm talking about the Philosopher's Circle, which is our private inner circle community, where you'll be joined into our group chat, where you'll be surrounded with a brotherhood of like-minded men, a community of true spiritual savages who are walking up this mountain of self-mastery side by side with you, who are going to hold you accountable, who want to see you elevate and inevitably want to see you liberate. We ain't doing this self-improvement circle jerk shit over here. We are all pursuing our dharma. We are all walking the right-hand path of renunciation. We are all using all these practices, these disciplines, these ancient teachings to bring us closer into connection with our soul, with our spirit. We're not out here staying stuck in the cycle of survival, sex, and status, remaining in the hamster wheel of hedonism. We are learning to break free from that. And not only are you going to be surrounded with individuals like that within the group chat, but also this is where we host our bi-weekly mastermind live calls. Yes, sir, you heard me right. Bi-weekly mastermind live calls where you hop in a live call with me as well as this community of like-minded men who are also on this path of self-mastery, where we can talk about these concepts. We can hold each other accountable. We can get more information. Again, towards you attaining spiritual illumination. And look, man, you've all heard this saying before. Even in self-improvement, they say this. You are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around most with. So if you hang around with 5 self-improvement circle jerkers, guess what? You're going to be the 6th one. But if you want to be around real spiritual savages, around individuals that are pursuing their dharma, they're trying to realize the self, not to just improve the false sense of self. They're willing to burn off all the baggage, all the BS, all the bondage that's holding them back from their true destiny. I'm telling you, man, the Philosopher's Circle is the place for you, my guy. I can 100% guarantee that. But if you need any more information about the Philosopher's Circle and the private Patreon community as a whole, check out the link posted in the pinned comment in this video, not the description box. Again, description box is where you'll find a link to my main channel as well as my Instagram. I'm talking about the comment section. Just scroll right there, click that link that is posted up on the first comment, the pinned comment, and you'll be forwarded to our page. From there, you can join up as a member of the Philosopher's Circle and the private Patreon community, but also check out the other services I provide, such as application forms for my personalized coaching program. If you're someone who's truly serious about this path and looking to work with me directly one-on-one, mano a mano, not some self-improvement shit, but creating and cultivating the path of self-mastery for you, this is what this coaching program is all about. Because we're going to be creating a personalized, systematic approach on how you, yes you motherfucker, can ascend up this mountain of self-mastery to inevitably realize who you truly are and what it is that you were truly brought here to do. We are going to dissolve your karmas to inevitably discover your dharma by detaching, detoxing from all these degenerate habits that are holding you back from realizing this potential, from realizing your power. We're going to take back the power, not let the power be siphoned away through these means of just survival, sex, and status like most self-improvement coaching programs would do. We're going right to the Dharma. That's our destination. So if you want to take your life to the next level, if you're someone who's truly serious about this path and looking to get extra guidance, extra support, and a personalized approach on how you can master yourself, this is what this coaching program is all about. Shoot me an application form and we'll see if your entry meets the qualifications and criteria for the program itself. But if you're just somebody who wants to discuss something that you're dealing with, book a one-time call with your boy. That's what we got our consultation calls for too as well. The booking links can also be found within that pinned comment of this video. Just click that link, you'll be forwarded to our page, and from there, you can pick and choose whether it's the private Patreon community, whether it's booking a one-on-one consultation, whether it's applying for the coaching program. You can pick and choose which one of these services best suits you. But like I was saying, all the stuff that we talk about on this channel, on the main channel, especially on the private Patreon community, and especially within my coaching program, is all about getting back the power. You know, you can build up some power with self-improvement, but you give it right back. You get strong, you build discipline, but that discipline is built to inevitably be compulsive and continue to indulge in the things that are siphoning away your power. You build a good body, you do this, you do that, but you're still a slave to sexuality, and boom, now it gives you more access to sexuality. Boom, you build a business, but you're a slave to status. Now the business gets you more access to status, however, it gets you deeper rooted. I'm not saying these things are bad, survival, sex, and status are bad, but when they rule your life, that's when you never truly live your life how it's supposed to be. Your dharma is what you were brought here to do. Nobody can tell you what your dharma is. These self-improvement guys can't tell you what your dharma is. I can't tell you what your dharma is. Your dad can't tell you. Your mom can't tell you. Only you know this. This is a source of knowledge that I like to call gnosis. Gnosis is divine knowledge that can only be accessed from within. Accessed from the higher chakras. And in order to get to the higher chakras, you must release the bondage to the lower chakras through renunciation. Gnosis is that knowledge of who you truly are and what you were truly brought here to do. I don't know what it is. Nobody knows what it is but you. But what I do know for damn sure is how to dissolve your karmas. This is the esoteric science of self-mastery. This isn't something that I just made up, by the way, either. This is all the knowledge, all the information, all the teachings that have been brought to us, provided to us by the ascended masters, the great sages, the awakened beings from all throughout history, from cultures all over the world. The teachings of Dharma are ancient. My Dharma, my destiny for the time being is to revive this ancient knowledge, revive the teachings of the sages, and make it more applicable and practical for the modern day man to apply into his life. So if you don't believe me, go crack open these ancient texts. I'm not out here recreating the wheel. I'm not just telling you self-improvement is a fucking facade for those who are spiritually lost for no reason. This is something that has been said and done. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 9, there is nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. Focus on the message. Forget about the messenger. Focus on the message, and this message is about how you can live a life that is dharmically aligned to your duty. However, you need to first realize what that dharma is, then you can start living life like that. And in order for you to realize that dharma, you must let go of all the attachments that is blocking you from ever accessing that knowledge, accessing that gnosis. Self-improvement does not do that. It just builds up bigger sources of bondage. The cords of karma just get stronger because you're still a slave to the senses. You have not gone beyond the brain and body because you keep feeding the senses. When you stop feeding the senses and start nourishing the spirit, that's when you can transcend beyond the surface level of existence and realize your dharma. Because like I always say, man, the dharma is like the sun. The sun is always there. Right now it's blue skies. I can fucking see the sun right there. What up, my boy? What's cracking? What's popping? I can see the sun right there. But a couple days ago, overcast. Completely overcast. Do I say, oh man, I gotta go find the sun? The sun is already there. It's just covered up by clouds, covered up by rain, covered up by snow. I don't have to find my purpose. Like I don't have to find the sun. The sun is already there within you right now. The dharma within you is right there. It's waiting for you to awaken to it. But there's something blocking it, just like those clouds were blocking the sun. We're not talking about clouds in this case, though. When it comes to dharma, we're talking about karmas. Karmas are those clouds. Karmas are the things that must be dissolved. Karmas are the things that must be burnt to inevitably wipe away those clouds and see the sun right there. You know what your duty is. You know what your destiny is. You know what your dharma is. You just need to dissolve the karmas to remember it. That's why I'm saying you're stuck in a state of spiritual amnesia. That self-improvement traps you into deeper. Because as you improve yourself, you actually just are creating more karmas. Because you're never overcoming these things. You're dependent on survival, sex, and status. You're dependent on money, cars, clothes, and hoes to make you happy. You're dependent on dopamine. But you are not ever accessing divine nectar. Divine nectar is only derived from accessing your dharma, from living in alignment to your dharma, to your destiny. One single drop of this divine nectar is far greater, far more blissful than any fucking dopamine that you can access through these pursuits that only satisfy the senses. Because this is what you were brought here to do. Imagine eating just a bunch of junk food and you finally have a home-cooked meal. This is what you're supposed to eat. It just hits so beautifully. You are sent into a state of spiritual ecstasy. That's what the dharma is. That's what divine nectar comes from. If you want to access that, man, self-improvement ain't going to do it for you. It's the path of self-mastery. And most people will never embark on this path because it's for savages. It's not easy. It's not sunshines and rainbows. It's not, popular like self-improvement is. It isn't, you have all these communities, we're all going to make it, man, this and that. No, it requires a different level of individual. But I'm guessing you're one of those individuals. Because look, man, you made it this far into the video. Some of these concepts simply cannot be registered in people's minds that are stuck in the self-improvement matrix. But you made it through this far into the video. Not because of me. Look, man, I know that I'm entertaining. I know I look good, but Let's keep it a buck. You did not watch me yap out here in the field, in the flesh, for damn near an hour straight because you think I look good and I'm entertaining. You resonate with the motherfucking message, not because of the messenger. Remember, my dharma, my destiny is to revive this ancient wisdom, revive this ancient knowledge. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just a medium. I'm just a conduit. I'm just a source to relay this spiritual knowledge to the people in the modern day world. Because maybe the way I break it down is the only way that you can understand it. But at the end of the day, the message remains the same. There is a reason why you made it this far into the video. I'm not trying to make it, oh man, you're a chosen one, like New Age spiritual people. But there is a motherfucking reason. And that's because you resonate with the message. Not the messenger, the message. And this message, you resonating with it, is a clear indication, a clear sign that you are ready in this incarnation to make it up the mountain towards spiritual liberation. You're not here to improve the self. You're here to realize your true nature. Most people will never get this opportunity. This is why I always say the people that watch this channel in specific, the second channel, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that games. You guys can make these games. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? Just straight up speaking off the dome. Most people cannot watch a video for this long. You're in the 1% of the population that's not suffering from the modern disease of brain rot. But add on top of that, the density of this information that we cover over here, that's going right over people's heads. But for some reason, you're grasping it. You're getting this knowledge. You are understanding it. I don't know why, I don't know how. Comment down below of why you think that's the case. Maybe in the past incarnations, you've dissolved some karmas to put yourself in a better possible position to inevitably lead yourself to liberation. But whatever is the case, you are grasping this knowledge, but it don't mean shit if you just got the knowledge. I need you to turn that knowledge into gnosis. I need you to go from the head to the heart. And the only way you do that is through first-hand experience, by walking up the mountain of self-mastery firsthand for yourself. I can't do it for you. Nobody can do it for you. You must do it yourself. This is why it's called self-mastery. Of course, you know, you can be surrounded with individuals that are walking side by side with you along the mountain, but the way we get up the mountain is different for each individual. The tools are the same, but the way you use the tools are different. The mountain is the same. The end destination is the same towards accessing your dharma, but the way you approach this mountain is unique to you. So nobody else can tell you how to get up it. You must do it yourself. But if you remain too stuck in your little comfort zone, in your little bubble, in your little self-improvement circle jerk community, you're never gonna realize this. Because understanding is one thing, understanding is a totally different. I need you to understand what the fuck I'm saying, not just understand it. I need you to walk up this mountain yourself. I need you to overcome your compulsions yourself. Self-improvement won't do this shit. You must upgrade, you must evolve, you must transcend past this little facade. Because that's not going to bring you to your dharma. It's not going to bring you true fulfillment. It'll make your experience in the matrix better, but it'll never crack you out of the system itself. What do you want? If I'm guessing for you, if you made it this far into the video, I'm pretty sure you didn't waste an hour of your time to be like, yeah, I want to go back to self-improvement though. Yes, you might be attached to it, but you know deep down that the dharma is the thing that you're seeking for. Fulfillment is what you're yearning for. The spirit is what you're disconnected from. Self-improvement won't help you with any of those. It's only self-mastery. Not trying to sound dogmatic, but I'm just speaking the truth. By no means this is an easy path. But of course, all the content here, all the content on the main channel, of course, if you want to get more advanced stuff, if you want more support, you want more guidance, that's what we have all the services posted up in the pinned comments video for. Tap into the Philosopher Circle. Tap into the private Patreon community. Shoot your application for the coaching program. Book a consultation calls, whatever it is. But we need more men, more savages walking up this mountain to show the world what it means to live in alignment to their dharma. We have enough self-improvement circle jerkers. Trust me, we got enough of that shit. We have not enough dharmic warriors who are living life in full alignment to their destiny. If you're sick and tired of being spiritually lost, self-improvement must be dropped. Self-mastery is what you must partake upon. This is the path for the real savages, for the real mystics, the real monks, and the true men who want to ascend. Come on now, man. That's a ball. Write it down. Let's end it off right there. It's been your boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping out that game so you guys can make these gains. And I'm out of here. Peace.